Thanks, Kent. And I'd like to thank the faculty and organizers and students for such a great performance. This is new to Idaho State University, this event. It's our first event. I thought it was appropriate because, you know, it takes many different constituents to make a university. It takes many different sort of ideas. It takes commitment, and it's all about all of you, the citizens, the students, the faculty, the administration, working together to create what we call a university. I will always be of the philosophy that a university is the primary driver of an economic future. I know it's hard to believe that when you're fighting politics and you have to make decisions in other areas. But with 100% assurance, I can tell you that if you build your strategic plan around a university, you will prosper. History has already confirmed that so many times, and history repeats itself. This is a time for history, again, to give us a warning. Please support higher education. Higher education is the key for a better quality of life. It's what makes the earth flat. It's what brings understanding and peace. Idaho State University is a unique university in this state. It is one of the few universities that believes in a comprehensive mission from degrees, certificates, all the way through residencies, postdocs, and so forth. We have it all. It is a university that basically believes in opportunity and in innovation. It is a university that believes that it is the leader of the future of the economy of Idaho. It is a university that brings understanding and cultural awareness to all. We offer 280 degrees and certificates, and about 15,553 students have enrolled in 2009. What a tremendous challenge that was at a time when our economy was plummeting and whether or not we would have resources to meet the demand. We also bring the world to us and enjoy what the world brings through our students. Our students come first. We have a dedicated faculty and staff, a dedicated community that puts the students first. Over 63 countries are represented at Idaho State University. Idaho State University has also made a significant transition over time and has made some major landmarks. For example, just a few, and there are many. Our clinical psychology program, among 207 programs from America's finest universities, public and private, was ranked #1 in the nation. We are also looked at in the area of physics and energy as probably one of the leaders in America, where we have more operating accelerators than anywhere in North America to understand both the applications and theories in advancing our knowledge in energy. And as President Obama has said, whoever has a good understanding of energy is going to be the next lead in our global economy. Idaho must play a significant role in that plan. I am pleased to tell you that this university is so well positioned and has already started efforts both in the professional technical preparation with the establishment of national centers into theory and science and applications, and we'll say a little more about that in a while. Our health professions have received and continue to receive and have received in the past national notoriety, and 100% pass rate in a very competitive field is not easy to achieve. This is an example of the commitment of the faculty and also the commitment of our community leaders and our healthcare providers in partnering with the university to provide a higher quality of life. And it's that partnership that is in the best interests of our students, and it is that our students who will be taking care of us. If you look over time, when I came here in 2006, at a time when the economy was still doing very well, we had our challenges. We had our accreditation challenges. We had our enrollment challenges. Our enrollment was declining, and we had to get together and figure out a strategic plan in order for us to advance into future opportunity for our state. As you can see, in the toughest times, that students continue to come from all over the world, and many from Idaho, to Idaho State University. Students today, and as I mentioned to the legislature, students in higher education have a choice. We are different. Faculty have a choice. They're from all over. Staff have a choice. We are in a competitive market. It is difficult to recruit and retain any talent, whether it be students or faculty or staff. But yet Idaho State University continues to provide an environment of learning, an environment of achievement, an environment that says you have value in your degree. It's value added that gives us the edge and the attractiveness of bringing many to this university to learn from us and from us to learn from them. For example, we have an outstanding center in the Intermountain West, the Intermountain Center for Education and Effectiveness. Early on in my tenure, I felt there was a disconnect between higher ed and secondary education. We have to do something to create this continuum of opportunity, to get students excited about post-secondary education, to do it in a way that's financially effective and not through bricks and mortar, but to do it through a partnership and a cooperation that provides confidence in our students to go on. It is that lack of confidence, that fear of not succeeding. The faculty have gotten together and created a path of commitment in embracing colleagues in secondary education, embracing administrative cooperatives, embracing staff resources, such that we enjoy a different alignment, an alignment that's seamless, that provides the confidence and the support. We have students today in high school who have received associate degrees from Idaho State University. We started off with 300 or so students in this experiment while people were talking about bricks and mortar and new administrations and so forth. We had a different model. And what happened? Back in time, we now lead the entire state of Idaho. An enrollment of 2,410 high school students in Idaho and their teachers, not being left out in the dark, but part of our faculty, and our faculty providing an understanding and a hope such that we need you and they need us. And yet, what did that happen? What happened? We created opportunity for these students. And the students today are enjoying their enrollment in a university. Never has this university seen this particular statistic, which I may say raised some angst from some of our competitors, and I won't name them. But Idaho State provides that highway of opportunity, as I said before. Because to have a successful economy, you must deal with the human capital and the transition of human capital to success. And without the university, that will never happen. Never. We would have to rely totally on recruitment, and we know that's an expensive ordeal. For the first time in the history, this university has achieved the highest enrollment in graduate education. That is quite a statement when we have provided opportunities for all kinds of education, and yet, even at this level, we continue to lead in many, many different fields. We have a commitment to the citizens of Idaho. In Idaho's most challenging times, the citizens come first. They have confidence and investment in us. We must reciprocate and provide that opportunity to our citizens. 90% of our students, in the highest demand of higher education than ever, and in the most difficult economic climate than ever, they come to Idaho State University. Over time, we would like to diversify our enrollment, but right now the time is at hand, and we need to do everything to transition our own students. The health profession. There's always a debate about the health professions in Idaho. I think I've been in the middle of that for the last few years. But what I want to point out here is that part of the economic development and its strategy has to evolve around health care. Health care is something that the entire world is trying to improve. Health care is a high priority in our country and must be a high priority in Idaho. You must build your own health care strategy in order to build equity. At Idaho State, for many years, has been on the path of doing this for the state of Idaho. 40% of the most high premium programs in the country, at least at our university, and our portfolio are the healthcare programs and the preparations that precede them. As a matter of fact, 75% of Idaho's degree programs come from ISU all over the state. What's so unique about that, if we didn't have ISU, what would ever happen to our health care? We could not even afford our health care. We couldn't even find anyone to go and populate our hospitals, to take care of us, our community centers. This university has demonstrated to the people of Idaho that our strategy not only provides a pipeline of human capital, but as you will see, our affiliations and partnerships are extensive all through the state. It is the willingness of our partners and our community leaders to make a dream come true, for Idaho to have control of its destiny in taking care of its people. People will leave if your healthcare system is weak. People will leave if your educational system is weak. As you can see, we have many. There's another attribute about our strategy. I've always said, if you put the university first, and then think how you can relate to the university, then you will open up options to your state that do not exist in any single entity. It is difficult for a hospital and a community center to provide its own educational program and think it will succeed. We already know that will never happen. But success is with the strengthening of its relationships with the university for its people. Even though we do not have a medical school in the state, we have many, many clinics, many, many programs that treat patients. Idaho State created Idaho's first comprehensive health science center in the state back in the late 60s and early 70s here in Pocatello. Because what is a comprehensive center? Both in oral and human health, we were able not only to treat patients and learn from the treatment, but also to create discoveries so we can improve our treatment of our own people, and also to figure out systems and ways in which we could support one another in rural Idaho. We've demonstrated that in many fields. 29,000 patients a year we treat all over the state. Many don't have health insurance, but yet we do that. And yet we have the flexibility and have proven that we could get other resources that other providers cannot get to treat our people, and for our students to learn from that treatment and to provide new ideas for the next generation. Why should we be a second-class citizen in the fight for health care? We should be at the table with all the other states in order to bring the proper care and programs to our state. And you can only do that with the partnership of a university. We have so many of these clinics, whether it be in therapeutic sciences, whether it be in family practice, dentistry. We have created opportunities over the years and to continue to do so. And we will continue to do so. And we will find ways to treat our people in a system where we can build confidence and a better quality of life. We created another opportunity this past year. We opened the doors to southwestern Idaho. You know, we are all Idahoans, I think. And it's troublesome to see sometimes when there are sometimes political obstacles from uniting the opportunities in Idaho. The universities today are working more collaborative than ever. If you have an opportunity when you're in Boise, go and visit Idaho State's University campus. Not only do we have a great campus up in Idaho Falls, we just opened up a new one in Meridian. For the first time, it's our campus. For the first time, it became a comprehensive health science center where we treat people, where we learn and do research, where we transition people, where we also work with business in creating opportunity in the healthcare business. For example, many of our partners like Delta Dental and the Skaggs family have created this opportunity with the foresight also of the legislature, all of us working together in something that people thought was impossible. To take an old building and convert it to a first-class health science center, that is impossible. At a time when we don't have any money, that is impossible. Nothing is impossible. It takes the will and the commitment of all of you, which you have proven already, to create this opportunity for the future. And I'll say a little more about the business in a bit. In scholarship, there's all kinds of scholarship that goes on the university. He actually had a little short preview of scholarship, and there's all types of scholarship. Creativity is at the forefront. Knowledge, the creation of knowledge and its dissemination is our commitment. We are in the knowledge business. People say, what? Knowledge business? You ever seen Google today? They're not doing too bad. Knowledge is priceless. We are responsible to have the talent and the necessary plan for us to deliver knowledge and also to create it so that we have a reservoir of opportunity, a reservoir, what we call a future. We are strong in healthcare, and we have also nationally recognized programs in the environment and also the great programs in energy. All three interact. All three help Idaho become the leader that it really is. For example, if you look at our competitiveness and you pay attention to the bottom two lines, the National Science Foundation is a metric that was established by the National Academy of Sciences in predicting sort of the research and development potential of an institution. And also that reservoir can be used to create further opportunity should we sustain that competitiveness. I want to point out, over the years, we have been improving this, and this is very, very, very important because we are making our mark with our competitors throughout the country. Of course, there are other opportunities for awards and support of research, but we are very focused on the ability that you come to Idaho State, not only will you get a great education, but the thirst for knowledge, the thirst of being competitive and being successful so that everyone gains exists at our university throughout the state. Another interesting aspect of this partnership, we also have a duty as a university to bridge the existing economy so it will be competitive, so it will benefit from the university. We started on a trek that was rather interesting in the sense that what can we do for you in business to make you better, to make you more competitive, because alone, you can't do it alone. And alone, we can't do it alone. And if you can see here the tremendous growth of investment of industry into the university. As a matter of fact, it actually sent a sort of message to many throughout Idaho that it is working. As a matter of fact, through our College of Business, we created the Eastern Idaho Coalition of Business with BYU Idaho. And we are using students and faculty to work out with strategies so that our business potential continues to increase and prosper throughout the state. This is a tremendous benchmark that continues to grow in the investment of Idaho State University. In Meridian, we were approached not only by foreign countries, but also by many businesses in that district in the Treasure Valley. And they are so happy that we have a focus in healthcare, and then also the businesses that can benefit from healthcare in addition to the patients. And you probably read about the CORE initiative. The CORE initiative is a coalition for which Idaho State and Meridian have created this opportunity, and we have a number of members who work at the table to bring more interest into the state of Idaho. We actually have a number of countries that are looking at us right now in the healthcare business. It's a wonderful story. I wish I had more time, but it's just the beginning. We're doing the same here in other fields here in eastern Idaho as well. This is just a small capture of the partners that we have as a university. The connections that a university has become the neutral ground of success. If I can make you better, we will be better. With you, we will all be better. And many of these relationships are not only limited to Idaho, but throughout the nation and also throughout many different countries coming to eastern Idaho. In the field of energy, we created a national center in our professional technical education that's also partnering with other universities known as STEC. And it receives a significant amount of funding and recognition, and it is an important element for which industry, the federal government, the state, the university has invested in the program and continues to grow in building the workforce of the energy future of Idaho. We also were the recipient of the 2009 Innovation Award, Early Stage Innovation. This is a great recognition of the university in which we were involved in the design of nanoparticles by making solar energy more efficient. And you know, when I came in 2006, in my speech, I said this would be an energy corridor, and people laughed and said, how could you do that? And I said, well, you have a national lab in your backyard, you have great faculty, you have businesses, you have plenty of land. Why not? Renewable energy, clean energy, environmentally smart energy. It's all here. It's a matter of putting it together. You have our Accelerator Center, and you hear a lot about that and how it brings both national and international recognition in looking at both theory and applications in the field of energy, and how we bring together certain cultures in academia. The age of the computer and the age of medicine. The age of energy and the age of healthcare. Out of the doldrums, we produced a miracle with this cooperation of companies, government, our faculty, and now We have national recognition in the creation of our nuclear engineering and applications program in the state. I happen to be also a member of the Battelle Alliance Energy Board for the U.S., and I'm very proud to be here in Idaho and to have Idaho recognized as a significant leader in the future of renewable energy. This is a commitment not only by many, but also a commitment by our government, and the funding shows this more and more investment in Idaho, and the great universities are also joining Idaho in bringing America a future. The Medical Isotope Project, the marriage of health and energy. What a marriage. You see, in Canada, the production of medical isotopes will be going down. And what does that do? That raises the cost of very important substance that not only treats cancer, but also gives us a way to diagnose disease. People have died because they could not get access to certain tracers and get a like in this case thallium, to get a cardiovascular profile, because they had to wait 2 or 3 weeks. And the strategy that was used to create isotopes was using a reactor in which we would have fissionable material as a byproduct, plutonium, which creates another problem with Homeland Security. But yet ISU has created a different strategy, a strategy using its technology and not creating that kind of material that is a risk to Homeland Security or a risk to sort of keeping our peace. And we are very optimistic in the years to come that Idaho will play a major role in the production of medical isotopes and also in the treatment of patients and the diagnostics of patients. Idaho State is the steward of building and taking care of the Center for Advanced Energy Studies. When I came, the agreements were ready to fall apart. There was a lot of doubt in whether that should be an investment. And today, with $1.2 million, even the $15.9 million is conservative, it continues to climb. In both private industry, the government, the universities, University of Idaho, Boise State, and other universities, other national labs, are all enjoying a multifaceted facility, state-of-the-art, in bringing solutions to complicated problems so that we can all prosper in the race of energy. Another interesting factor happened over time, and that is our base in some of the grant-funded programs, and again, a small snapshot of a lot of the scholarship that goes on even in other fields. But the National Institute of Health is the largest supporter of research in our country and probably in the world. It is the largest agency that provides support for scholarship. And we are building a culture, not only in just the few areas that we had, but in many other areas over time. And here is sort of an example of folks who are bringing in some of the most competitive programs into our university for our state to benefit. And as you know, we are also in partnership with the University of Idaho in Boise State in our EPSCoR program for the NIH. Healthcare for the underserved, collaboration, training the workforce, providing new knowledge, in healthcare, energy, and the environment. Collaboration is the key to the success in Idaho. It is up to you to get the word out and to bring others to work with the university. It is up to you as policymakers, as you have seen in a small snapshot today, how both the near term and the long term is paying off in Idaho's economic recovery. We need to stay the course in order to succeed. We collaborate with many agencies and school districts. Also, we collaborate with many programs throughout the world. I picked this one out of many others, the Mirador Basin Project, an interesting project. 51 universities across the world joining Idaho State as the lead institution in sort of the discovery of our human history. A place also that has a pristine jungle and also has the opportunity for other discoveries, and an international board of very famous people who enjoy working with Idaho State University. Here we have a picture with Dr. Hansen and our friend Mel Gibson, who I'm sure most of you know. And it certainly we would welcome a great gift from Mr. Gibson during these times. Also, Idaho State University is a university that remembers and cares. It remembers its past and wants to do something about it. It also has a commitment nationally. We have one of the first chairs in Native American chairs in business college. And also, we have signed a very forward-thinking agreement with our friends in the development of economic opportunity, both in healthcare and energy, both in the understanding and leadership in the business world. We have some of our graduates now that have a master's degree from business. And it is interesting that back many years ago, how the past has now come forward to the present to create future. It was a wonderful pleasure to meet Larry Eckelhawk, who you know is our Secretary of Indian Affairs in our country, a very dedicated man, a Pocatellan, and to also honor him and honor this occasion of our relationship with the tribes, not only the Shoshone-Bannock, but also the tribes throughout Idaho. And from what I understand, we are also pursuing relationships with other tribes and universities throughout the country. I'm very proud of this and very proud that ISU has taken a step forward, a major step forward that no other university has ever done. And it's our university. It is a university, again, with sensitivity, in a sense. What can we do for our soldiers overseas? What can we do as a university to provide opportunity when people have put their lives on the line to protect freedom, safety, to protect our way of life, also to create understanding? We're very proud of all the folks, the students, the faculty, the staff, our political leaders, to provide education as a reward. A reward where you can come back and transition in life, where you can come back and contribute, where you can come back and feel that you have much to offer. I grew up in the days of Vietnam. such opportunities did not exist for our soldiers. Today, this university has made a major statement, has received national awards of its commitment, and we are very proud to have our veterans and to consider and to see how that enrollment continues to grow. In athletics, we come from some difficult times, as you know, financial times, as well as things that needed to be sort of corrected, to say the least. And we see an insurgence of our donors, our industry patrons, and so forth, of improving our facilities and opportunities. Because in athletics, we provide scholarships to students. We seem to forget that, because the scholarships are important to students. And as Vice President Tingey has said, that in the accreditation, we received commendations of the only university left in Idaho that provides a 50% match for Promise B scholarships. They commended us on our financial aid packages of a university that also struggles with resources, but has always put the students first. Donors like Sylvia Pappenberg and the Miller Ranch Stadium for the softball field, still going on, and there'll be a ceremony soon, the groundbreaking up around Bart's Field. And also the support for the football program. We still see new things coming. Our rendezvous was built in difficult times. The new Reed Gym is being built in difficult times. This is an institution of resiliency and forward thinking to try to serve all and serve well. Our student athletes provide a lot of community service, something I was proud to see. We had problems in the past, and I am so glad to see both men and women sports and their athletes helping the young move forward. We also were commended by the Commission on providing an enterprise system. As I came here, I adopted a system called Dead Reckoning. It did not have the resolution, nor could I trust the data to see where we were going. It was pointed out as a major deficiency of the university, one that would hurt the university's financial future. But, and of course, no one was willing to pay for it. And I couldn't raise money to excite the donors to pay for an ERP system. But we did it. And we have a banner system, and a system where we now have, I believe I was told today, online registration, where I took that for granted before. But it has come now to Idaho State University. And of course, it's in its beginning stages, and I'm sure we'll have a few blips. But I'm very proud to say that students don't have to pile up in the building in lines just to get registered. And I appreciate all the help from the faculty and staff and members of the administration working together in providing this opportunity for our students. And as Vice President Tingey has pointed out, I was proud to be watching the great accolades, our Senate, and thanking Senator Bilyeu and Senator Geddes and Senator Malapai and others, and Brad Little and Governor Otter, Lieutenant Governor Brad Little. I realize we didn't win a bowl, but we certainly treated a lot of people. And we'll get a bowl someday. But I think what was important is I didn't ask for this. This came out of the hearts of our legislators to recognize our institution at a time when there are so many cuts. This institution, front and center, is doing a huge job in treating our patients and providing a viable workforce in healthcare. I want to thank all of you for being here, listening to this message, being a part of us, a great story, and there are so many other stories to tell. And so thank you very much. Appreciate it.